Hi, Bothered Brigade. Here's what's bothering me today. I do want to talk about the Ahmaud Arbery case for just hopefully a very quick bit because I'm finding that there's something that's getting lost in all the celebration, as it were. That, not to take away from it, but I just feel it's worth repeating and reminding people on both the left and the right about what's happened here and why it got to this point. So, for starters, right, there's a whole other aspect to this story and this case involving a potential cover-up by a district attorney, and I think she's been charged. So that's a whole separate thing, and that's not what I want to focus on, but it just shows that it's part of a bigger story. And that story is the story of BLM. The reasons that we know about, this unfortunate trial is because of two main things that I haven't really seen mentioned or have really been part of the emphasis with a lot of the coverage in the wake of the verdict, where all three men were very rightly found guilty. And the two things in question are that, one, the video was recorded by one of the three men accused. Initially, I think people reported on it saying he thought that this would somehow show people, no, see, we were totally doing the right thing. And that just, of course, caused the video to go viral. But another part of the reason why it went viral was the time in which it happened, which was during, arguably, if you want to call it that, the peak of the BLM movement, as there had been a spate of just cold-blooded murders of African Americans throughout America, and it resulted in a lot of people, during the pandemic, it was kind of the straw that broke their backs, proverbially. And so a lot of the protests started happening, and people were demanding justice for all sorts of different people, right? Lots of people know and remember George Floyd. There was also Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Jacob Blake, Casey Goodson. The list is unfortunately really depressingly long. We've talked about this before. And that's the only reason why any of this got to this point. And isn't that just so fucking sad? This only went to trial after also a potential cover-up. And it only went to trial because one of the three decided to post video evidence of their, broad daylight murder of an innocent black man in America. And also during, crucially, the time when there was a movement being galvanized exactly around this kind of thing. That is so unbelievably sad. And so again, on the one hand, it's good to have some justice and some quote unquote good news for once in this department. We also recently talked about how Elijah McClain, all the officers involved in that were charged with murder. So, we've had some good news, but again, I want to remind people that the only reason this trial saw the light of day is because one of the three had a really messed up idea about what they thought would help their case. And they did so at a time when lots of people were understandably pissed off about the very thing that he recorded two other white guys doing. So yeah, sure, justice was served, but it was only served because of a fuck up. That just shows how absolutely messed up the justice system in America is. And that is definitely what's bothering me today.